everyone. Welcome to Rainbow Infinity. Today I'll be reading RunicTreetops's Izzy Finds a Thingamajig. If you like the reading, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Please enjoy. Izzy Finds a Thingamajig. The door to the Crystal Brighthouse opens forcefully as Izzy rushes inside, a large tarp-covered wagon being pulled effortlessly behind her. The sudden arrival of the hyper-unicorn immediately grabs the attention of Sunny Star Scout and Misty Bright Dawn, who were comfortably experimenting with new smoothie flavors in the nearby kitchen. Hey, Izzy. What do you have there? Sunny is used to Izzy's loud and often unexpected entrances, but the large wagon is definitely new. Hi, Sunny. Hi, Misty. Izzy happily waves at the pair before setting the wagon down and rushing to its side, resting her hooves on the tarp covering it. You're never going to guess what I found over by Bridalwood. Well, don't just leave us hanging, Misty says excitedly, a sparkle in her eyes all the while. Come on, Misty. Just because your guess isn't going to be right doesn't mean you shouldn't guess. Is it more unicycling stuff? Nope. Sunny, you're up. Could it be an even smaller wagon that you loaded onto the wagon you already have? I really like the way you think. But no, it's... Izzy dramatically throws the tarp off of the wagon, finally revealing the large item that was obscured underneath. A thingamajig. The item in question appears to be a large hunk of mud and dirt. It's vaguely cylindrical, but the presence of what must be years and years of built-up grime and weathering make it impossible to properly identify. Izzy? Do you know what it is? A thingamajig. I just said that, duh. Okay, but what is a thingamajig? It's an item that can't be identified. Izzy climbs onto the wagon before affectionately hugging the lump of mud. Not yet, at least. What do you plan to do with it? Misty walks towards the wagon as she asks her question, her head tilted as she does so. I'm gonna clean it up. Restore it. See what mysteries it holds. Sunny, still in the kitchen, chuckles at her friend's excitement. That sounds like it'll make for a nice pet project. Just be sure to show us what it is when you're done, okay? Of course. I wouldn't keep the excitement all to myself. Now... Izzy climbs back off of the wagon and looks at the stairs leading to the mayor's shared bedroom. How am I going to get this up there? We could use our magic, Misty suggests. Ooh, good idea, Misty. On 3. 1, 2... Stop! The unicorns freeze in place as they turn towards Sunny, who looks at the pair with wide eyes. You're not seriously going to try to clean that muddy thing in our bedroom, are you? Why shouldn't I? Izzy, it's going to get everything dirty. Sunny, we're cleaning the dirt, not adding more. It's not like we have a drain up there. Psst, don't worry, Sunny, it'll be fine. Izzy turns back to Misty, and the pair both nod at each other. Their horns begin to glow and their cutie marks start to sparkle. Behind them, the wagon slowly lifts into the air. After a few moments, their controlled breathing becomes a bit more strained. However, the wagon continues to rise higher and higher until it finally touches down at the top of the staircase. The unicorns drop their levitation spell, causing their horns to stop glowing. They both sit on the ground and attempt to catch their breath, apparently winded by the experience. We got it! Izzy excitedly hugs Misty, who struggles to return the gesture. Meanwhile, Sunny looks trepidatiously at the wagon that will inevitably end up in their bedroom. I'm sure it'll be fine, right? A few hours later, Sunny lets out a yawn as she climbs the steps up to her bedroom. The dirt bags beneath her eyes and the sluggishness to her movements make it clear that she has little energy left, and she is ready to hop into bed. Without putting much thought into it, she opens the door to the bedroom, only to be met with a terrible scraping noise. Ah! What is that? Sunny struggles to cover her ears as she walks into the room. The noise stops, and she looks up to see Izzy standing on her wagon. The unknown item still sits next to her, its form still vaguely cylindrical, but not much more than that. Meanwhile, there are chunks of mud and dirt all over the floor. Hiya, Sunny. Did you have a nice day? Yes, but Izzy? What are you doing? Restoring the thingamajig. I told you I'd be doing that, didn't I? Izzy, it's almost 10 at night. Isn't it about time for you to take a break? That's what we've been saying. Sunny looks to her right to see Zip and Pip in their own beds, their bloodshot eyes and aggravated expressions making it clear that Izzy has been keeping them up for quite some time. With a sigh, Zip picks her head up off of her pillow and glares at Izzy. Look, I know you're excited to see what that thing is, but could you give it a rest? We're tired. Oh, I didn't know I was keeping you awake. Don't worry, I'll be extra quiet. Fine. Zip immediately covers her head with her pillow and attempts to fall back asleep. Meanwhile, Pip places a sleep mask over her eyes and covers her ears with a pair of large, expensive-looking headphones. Izzy, you should try getting to bed soon, too. It's not healthy to stay up late obsessing over this stuff. Don't worry, Sonny. I'll go to bed soon. I just want to make a little bit more progress. Well, if you say so. Deciding to trust Izzy's words, Sunny makes her way over to her section of the bedroom and crawls into bed. A faint smile makes its way to her face as she gets comfortable, and she soon finds herself drifting off into a peaceful slumber. At least, until she is awoken by another terrible scraping noise. Sunny's eyes shoot open. She looks at the clock sitting on the table next to her, which reads 2:32 a.m. Hey, Izzy? Oh, sorry, Sunny. Did I wake you up? Despite the noise she was making, Izzy whispers back to Sunny. I'll try to keep it down. Go to bed, Izzy. But I'm not asking. Izzy gulps. Sunny might be one of the nicest mares around, but she's been living with her long enough to know that a sleepy Sunny is an irritable Sunny. Oh, okay. Days begin to pass with Izzy rarely leaving the bedroom. To the annoyance of her friends and roommates, said bedroom progressively got dirtier and dirtier. Meanwhile, their patience slowly began to grow thin with the ambitious unicorn. Sunny and Misty once again find themselves relaxing in the foyer of the Brighthouse, silently reading a couple of books they had gotten from the library over in Bridlewood. However, the reading comes to an end when both of them feel their ears begin to twitch. Sunny? Yeah? Do you hear that? I think so? It sounds like Misty is cut off by the door above them being thrown open. A squeaking noise can be heard for just a moment before a series of loud bumping noises rings throughout the room. Sunny and Misty look above them as they watch Izzy walking, no, rolling down the steps on top of an object they have never seen before. Okay, you are not going to believe what the thingamajig turned out to be. Izzy makes it to the bottom of the steps and turns around, facing the light blue object at them. It appears to be supported by two wooden wheels that have been painted purple, a yellow floral pattern on each. It still looks a bit worse for wear, but Izzy wasn't kidding when she said she was going to restore it. However, the shape of the object itself looks a bit familiar to Sunny. Wait. Izzy, don't tell me... Yep, I actually found one! Izzy smiles a wide, almost insane-looking smile as she positions herself behind the cylindrical object. She tilts it downwards, revealing a small purple peg on the back of the object, right in front of where she stands. Izzy, don't! That's... But Sunny is too late. Izzy slams her hoof onto the peg, and a loud explosion sound overtakes the three mares. Instinctively, Misty and Sunny flinch, waiting for some kind of impact. Yet, the impact never comes. Slowly, they open their eyes. The air around them is filled with color. Confetti, streamers, balloons, and various other party supplies litter the foyer. It's a party cannon! These babies haven't been seen in moons! Sunny and Misty simply glance at each other. They're both covered in confetti, even as the last bits of the cannon's contents finally finish their gentle descent to the ground. Isn't it cool? The room is quiet for a time, but Sunny eventually takes a deep breath and looks at her first unicorn friend. Yes, Izzy. In fact, I'd venture to guess that cannon belonged to Pinkie Pie herself way back when. Really? That's so cool! Izzy hugs her new party cannon, clearly proud of her work. Sunny just smiles at her and tilts her head, while Misty stares at the many party-related items on the ground. Izzy? Misty's voice is hesitant, yet clear. What's up? Are you going to clean this up? Huh? Izzy looks down at the floor, apparently having only just noticed the mess she's made. Oh. Heh. Do you think you could also clean up all the mud and dirt you left in our bedroom? Heh, about that. I actually need to go now. I think I can hear Posy calling my name. Gotta run. Without another word, Izzy sprints out the door. Sunny and Misty share a tired, somewhat amused glance. However, before they can say anything, the door flings open yet again. Izzy runs back inside just as quickly as she left. Forgot my party cannon. Cannon in tow, Izzy books it yet again, leaving the Brighthouse in silence once more. Posy doesn't even like her, Misty mumbles. I know. Sunny sighs and begins to head for the steps. I think I need a nap. I might join you, actually. As the two ascend the staircase towards their mud-covered room, Sunny takes a deep breath. Hey, Misty? Yeah? Next time Izzy says she found a thingamajig, remind me to stop her. Thank you for listening in. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Until next time, stay tuned.